Tag to help you find where it is that you've got a special place. And I'd like to call on our chaplain, Reverend David McCarthy, to give us a blessing for our food. Then you can start on your salads and we'll have some introductions of our special guests.
Let us pray. Eternal wisdom, creator of all that is, we give thanks for every good gift we have received by your hand. We thank you for those who have traveled from near and far to be here for this celebration. And we thank you for those who are able to be with us only in spirit. We commend to you now all those whose accomplishments we celebrate. Watch over them, provide for them. Bless them in body and soul. By the power of your Spirit, may they be salt of the earth and light for the world. Lead them to new service, secure in the faith that binds us forever in your love. And now bless this food that you have made and human hands have prepared. May it satisfy our hunger. And in sharing it together, may we come closer to you and to one another, now and forever. Amen.
As people get seated, those who are just coming in, you already know from the preceding 2 hours, this is a very distinguished group. And as you start your salad, I would like to recognize, first of all, everybody who has been honored today already. And secondly, to indicate that we have the special honorees that were mentioned from the faculty and from our guest speaker from out of town. And I'd like for them to stand once again to be recognized. Jeremy Arenstorff over here in the back. Dr. Mieske, the President Award winner. Dr. Dan Devenbaugh, the Statler Faculty Achievement Award winner. And I think we have normally with us as well, right? Will you please just, yeah, let us recognize you as well. Thank you. The Outstanding Advisor Award, Dr. Rich Lloyd. The Distinguished Senior Faculty Member, Dr. Dwayne Strassheim. And I would also like to thank, as always, the wonderful folks at Sodexo for providing us with this substance today. Please start your salads, enjoy them, and then we'll go through the lines later on. And then we'll have all the Who's Who people stand up and tell us who they are.
On behalf of Hastings College, we would like to welcome you to the Honors Convocation Luncheon. And first off, I would like a round of applause for our Who's Who and Bronco Award winners today. There are so many things I love about my job here at Hastings College, but I gotta say, today is the day. So it is fantastic to see all of our wonderful students here to celebrate their accomplishments and to have their family and friends around them. So thank you for joining me. So what we'd love to do is we'd love to have the students come up and introduce themselves. And let us know your name, your hometown, who your special guests are that you have. Also, we'd love to know what your major is here at Hastings College and then what you plan to do after graduation. And we would love to hear a special Hastings College moment, so something that's very memorable and special to you. So, the pressure's on! So I think we'll go ahead and start with Lauren. So Lauren, I know you're already double booked, which is how Who's Who Award winners become Who's Who Award winners. So we'll start with Lauren, and then we'll start at the back table and just work around the room. So thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Lauren Slaughter, and I am from Denver, Colorado. I am a political science major and sociology minor, and after graduation, I'll be moving back to Denver and working as a secretary for a few months before leaving for the Peace Corps. Tentatively North Africa, keep our fingers crossed. And one of my favorite business college memories, there's a lot to choose from. Probably when I played soccer and when we made it to the national game in Alabama. That was in 21 seconds. Nonetheless, second is pretty good for Hastings, Nebraska. So that was probably my favorite memory. Next.
Oh, sorry, Robin.
Hello, I am Kathy Frankstam, and I am from Hastings, Nebraska. And my major was psychology and peace, justice, social change with a minor in Christian ministry. And what I am planning on doing after graduation is, in August, I will be leaving for Northern Ireland for a year. I'll be a young adult volunteer for the Presbyterian Church USA. And a good Hastings College moment would be my bell choir tours that we always have in the spring. Thank you. Hi, I'm Rachel Lee, and I'm from Golden, Colorado, and I'm really excited because both of my parents showed up today to surprise me, and my mom is Julie, the blonde over there, and my dad is Kevin in the polo shirt. And I am majoring in English and history with a minor in Christian ministries. And next year I will be doing the Young Adult Volunteer Program through the Presbyterian Church with Catherine. But I will be going to Guatemala for a year of service, so I'm really excited for that. And my favorite Hastings College memory. There's so many, but I would have to say that my favorite memory would be having the Dia de los Muertos and the event for the Dream Act this past fall on campus. I had a lot of help from a lot of different faculty members and students on campus, and that just was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. And I know that that's the kind of experience that I couldn't have anywhere but at Hastings, so I'm so happy to be at Durango.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Bai. I'm an economics major, political science and Spanish minors. I hail from Grand Island, Nebraska, and my dad, Dale Bai, has been kind enough to come out and join the ceremonies and lunch today. My plans for the immediate future are to go home and fundraise for the summer so that in the fall I can report to UNK and work with Campus Crusade there in the greater western Nebraska area. And my favorite Hastings College experience, far and above, has been the small group Bible study that I've been involved with for 4 years. I've made my dearest friends in life in that group and shared more precious moments than I could even count.
Hello, I am Nethery Minucci, and my dad lives in Phoenix, Arizona, and my mom lives in Colorado, so I'm kind of from both. My special guests here with me are my adopted mother and father of Hastings, Marla and Brian Anders, They own the Barn Candle Festival Company. You guys see all that everywhere. They've taken me in since I first got here, and they have loved me. They've prayed with me. They have fed me. They have just been the biggest blessing I think I have received here in Hastings besides my education. And I'm so thankful to have them here with me. I'm a marketing major. Dr. Meyer would be my other special guest here, I would say. She has been just awesome, creating so many memories for us as a group, and I think that's where my fondest memories come from, is just the marketing major group. We've got Chad, Sarah, Adam, I don't think I'm missing anyone else, but a couple weeks ago, we got to go out to lunch together on Dr. Meyer's bill, and we got to give a gentleman a very nice tip. But just that time to just kind of talk about how we've grown and how we've seen the growth in each other, and I think where I'm going after this. I'm headed to Atlanta, Georgia. The day after graduation, I'm going to be working for Growing Leaders. They're an organization out there that does a lot of youth development, and we will be putting on a leadership forum. So that's it.
It's like a labyrinth. My name is Vanessa McKinney. I'm a psychology major, English minor, and with me today is Abby Burrows. Because my family couldn't make it, we're all over the place, so they're going to be here next weekend. But let's see. I think my fondest memory so far is cumulative. It's just a bunch of events that I had since sophomore year taking G-term class, superhero psychology. That was the best. Not just because it was G-term, but because it allowed me to explore two things I love so much, psychology and comic books. And probably a connection to that is a class I'm taking right now with Dr. Ann Fairbanks on directed study on creating my own comic book. And that has been really fun and just the best experience I've had so far. And I can't thank her enough for putting up with all of my writing, and I do promise that I will get that paper in by today at 5. I'm not done. I'm going as soon as we're done here. I didn't know I was winning. I would have been working on otherwise, so thank you. For this summer, I am going to be sleeping in and reading and just enjoying my time. Thankfully, because of Anne and all of her guidance this past semester, I now realize my dream of becoming a creative writing professor, so I'll be going on to get my MFA and eventually a PhD in creative writing, and that is my plan as of 2 weeks ago. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Blake Holan, and I'm a theater and vocal performance major. And with me today are my mom and dad, Wes and Krista Holan, and they come to everything. And I am just so blessed to have such caring, involved parents. So thank you for being here. Let's see, what am I supposed to talk about? Oh yeah. All right, so I'm going to be going to Japan in the fall and working as an English teacher in Ozu, Japan for at least a year, maybe 2. And then my favorite Hastings College memory, it really can't be limited to just one experience. The people I've met, with all of the productions I've been in, with all of the ensembles I've been in, it's just been tremendous. Working with such talented, such awesome people. So yeah. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Adam Bassett. I'm from Lincoln, Nebraska. My major right now is biology, and I plan to go to med school next year at Iowa State. My guests that are here are my parents. Like Blake, they come to everything. And that's a pretty amazing feat considering my sister goes to Oklahoma City University and they go to all her dance things. And I've got another brother who's not here because he's taking finals at Augustana and they go to all his stuff. And then my other guest here is my little brother Brady, who loves me all the more because he gets out of school. Those are my guests. And my most memorable moment at Hastings College, well, I'd say I couldn't have made a better decision than to come to Hastings College. This is great, all the one-on-one attention, but my favorite thing I think I've done on campus is my sophomore year for Mr. and Ms. Bronco competition. A student who's no longer here because he's at Missouri or something like that did a dance for his talent, and I was part of that, and that was awesome. We had the crowd standing and cheering for us, and we took away the show when we did our talent. So that's everything. Thank you.
I'm Jake Burdine. I'm from Wigglesworth, Nebraska, and so my guest is my mom. She actually surprised me because so she called me a week before it happened and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna bring up all of your tax return stuff." So I'm like, "Hey, yeah, that's and me just being me being really naive, I was like, "Well, I'm going to give an award, so you should come." And she's like, "Oh, I would love to see you present." And so my plans for next year is I'm gonna go to the Med Center in Omaha and try to be a doctor. And so my story, and so my greatest or my fondest memory. Now, so this is kind of a long story, so kind of bear with me. But it started freshman year, and if you guys know me, I'm kind of sarcastic, kind of ornery, just a little bit. And so my advisor is Dr. Keene. Also just a little sarcastic, just a little ornery. And so it was April 31st, or it was March 31st, right before April 1st, and so I send a big long email. It's like vomit on a page. It's like I'm all concerned because my ex-girlfriend, she went to DC, and so I said that she was late for her period and that I was going to have to drop out of school. He read it like 4 or 5 times before he actually saw it, because like after my signature, I was like, haha, just kidding. Well, he read it like 4 or 5 times and then was like, and then sent me an email and I was like, you know, I did this a year prior, and so you're lucky. I'm like, okay. I see Dr. King the next day, and Dr. King's like, I'm gonna get you back, just know that. He's like, I cannot forget. I'm like, okay. So fast forward to junior year. We are in a Med A&P, and it's the most difficult class I've ever taken. Well, we do our first bones test, and I studied for like 2-3 weeks for like I knew the bones front backwards, and it's not just knowing the bones. It's they will throw you a bone and be like, so is it the right or left? And you're just like, oh, okay. So we all do the test, and it was just one of those tests where I knew that I got a 50 out of 50. It was like, this was easy. And so the next day, Dr. King comes into the class and is in like a real somber tone, and is like, You all did great, except there was one outlier that we're going to need to talk after class, and we're going to need to rethink this kid's plans for school. I think it's a kid that crammed the night before, so I'm like, oh, that's him, it's whatever. Goes through and gives out all of the tests, and usually I do very well on tests, and so I look at it, it's just red. It's like 30 out of 50. I look at it, I'm like, if I can't do a bones test, there's no way I'm going to med school. And so like I'm just like shaking. But Dr. Keene sees it, and then all the classes they were like, oh, that's Jake that did that. That's Jake that did that. And so Dr. King's like, I'm screwing with you. You got a 50 out of 50, and then throws me on a test. What I did is I wrote in black ink, and so he went and photocopied it and just went red. And so like, and so then the story was told of what I did to him freshman year, and it just shows that how close you can get with faculty and how much they actually do. Like it's that's the great thing about this school, is that it was fun because he pushed us, but also we were able to have fun, kind of just like it's just a great experience, or just a great thing to have. And I want to thank the faculty, because without you guys, we would not be where we are right now. So, but yeah, so that's my story.
Well, I don't know if I can top that. But, my name is Mallory Stewart, and I'm from Stewart, Nebraska, and that's my mom taking pictures as always. And my grandparents, Mel and Darlene. I am a biology major and a Spanish minor. Next year, I haven't decided what I'm doing yet. I have an offer from CSU and an offer from UNL for grad school for food safety research. So I'm planning on going to grad school next year. And my most memorable moment at Hastings College, there's a lot of them I can't even begin to explain, but one of my top favorites was my trip to India for J-term. That was an awesome experience with great friends. And then my most recent favorite memory is last night, camping in front of the library in a tent with Jen Gold.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Pinniger. My parents came here today, Sherry Pinniger and Jim Pinniger. And the cool thing about that is my mom was just here 2 days ago watching my senior sem presentation and had to go back to Omaha, so thanks for coming again and surprising me. I'm from Bennington, Nebraska. I'm majoring in secondary English education with an English as a second language endorsement. I am kind of not really done. I'm graduating, but then I'm student teaching in the fall in Hastings. And I have a placement at Hastings High and doing ESL at Alcott Elementary, and I have no experience in elementary, so that's going to be fun. Let's see, my best memory at Hastings College was, I'm in 5O, which is the peer HIV education organization, and we have a retreat every year, and I joined my sophomore year at the beginning, and it was before school started, and we stayed in these small cabins, and it was like, pair up, you're going to room with somebody, and I was like, hey, do you want to be my roommate? To this really nice blonde girl that was there with me. And we ended up becoming best friends, and she has now been my roommate for 2 years, maybe by the end of the day. So it was just the opportunities of being involved in meeting the people that will affect you the rest of your life.
Hi, my name is Megan Puckett. I was joined today by my two lovely parents, Marty and Dwayne Puckett. I'm from Lincoln, Nebraska. I am a biology major and a psychology minor.
And after graduation, I am going to go to the University of Nebraska Medical School with Jake and Jenny. Let's see. Favorite memory? Well, it's probably not my favorite, but it's probably the most memorable. Last year, at the beginning of the year, I had the most dramatic bike crash ever. It was in front of the entire men's soccer team. They were all standing in the end zone of the football field, and I was just riding along, and then I just crashed. I crashed hard, and they all just went. And asked if I was okay, but I was mortified. I went home and I changed my hair, I changed everything. They didn't recognize me. That's it.
Hello. My name is Corey Rootlinger. I am a mathematics major and a communication studies minor from Lexington, Nebraska. You would find that very many people would say a mathematics major and a communication studies minor. They don't really go in hand in hand. And so that's why I get a lot of slack from my math department about being a communication studies person. So, yeah, Dr. Cook. My parents, Cindy and Roger, have graciously joined me today to celebrate this honors convocation. I am part of the forensics team, and that has been one of my greatest memories. And being a part of the forensics team, I am continuing my education in communication studies and hopefully mathematics at George Mason University coming this fall. And I will also be a coach for the forensics team there as well, and will be coaching persuasion and program of oral interpretation, both events of which I have been a national contender at the national tournament. One of my favorite memories actually comes from being in speech, and that is being a program of oral interpretation finalist my junior year, and where I got to speak on advocating for the deaf culture. Being a deaf person myself, it has become a huge story for me, a very inspiring story to try and advocate for people who cannot hear, and I continue to speak on the behalf of the marginalized. And hopefully, as I continue on with my coaching career at George Mason, I will continue to help my students find their voice and realize that it is a great opportunity to be part of the National Forensics Association. So, thank you.
I'm Sarah Tall. I'm from San Diego, California, and my family kind of forgot I was here. So instead, I have a ton of people here for me. I have two of my wonderful roommates, April Christensen and Amanda Gazal. I also have one of my BFFs, Susan Franklin, and I also have our other friends, Lizzie and Nate. And I have all their families, so really I think I have the most family here. I am a fifth-year senior and a double major in advertising and studio art. And I plan on staying in Hastings for the next year working for Energy Pioneer Solutions. So if any of you want to upgrade your house, you can see me afterwards. I've been lucky enough to be working with them since September. Favorite Hastings College moment? Well, I was sitting there kind of sweating. I think Adam and I kept looking at each other and like, oh, what do we talk about? I'll start with today, so I'm gonna talk a lot and have to. So today I thought honors convocation was at noon, so I'm in my pajamas. So there's that. But because Hastings is so great, I had 6 phone calls in a matter of about 15 minutes because everyone's like, where's Sarah? So thanks, guys. And then I guess my other story would be about why I'm here, being from San Diego, California. And I actually should just invite my friends up. They can all tell this better than I can. But I was going through a college fair at the San Diego Convention Center. So there's like 300 colleges there, and I was walking around. And I'd already applied to several UCs and CSUs and whatnot. And then I saw a booth and no students were interested, so I felt bad. And I walked up to Hastings College. And I started talking to the representative, her name is Jenny, and I didn't know where Nebraska was, and I did not know what a Presbyterian was. And so I promptly left the convention center and threw everything out. And then I got a handwritten postcard from her, and it just talked about, so nice to meet you. If you've never seen snowfall, you should just come out and give it a try. I've never seen snowfall. And I was like, and they were like, talked about scholarships, and I was like, okay. So then my sister and I came out here in January, and I was wearing flip-flops. And I walked out, and it said, welcome, and it was like my name and maybe some other names, and I walked in, and they were like, you must be Sarah from California. And I was like, yes, and I came during J-term break, so there were no students here, but there were brick buildings and lots of snow, and it was just a really welcoming campus, and I came and I met my best friends. In poor April, the first time snow fell, she got locked out of the dorm with me. So, so I have lots of fond memories, and like I said, I have lots of friends and family here, so thank you all for coming.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Adam Kaiser. I am a senior from Brookfield, Colorado. I'm a marketing major. Joining me today are my two lovely parents, Randy and Maya Kaiser. They were actually out here last weekend, and they knew they were coming out again this weekend. Didn't give anything away, and they'll be out next weekend. I'm also joined by someone who I am lucky enough to call my advisor, my mentor, a role model, Carol Meyer. She's made my 4 years here at Hastings absolutely wonderful, and I will be eternally thankful to her. So they have a sheet up here. That's great. And I'm actually out of order, so I don't know if I get in trouble for that. I have far too many good memories of Hastings College to pick just one, but I know that one that is near the top would have to be when I had the honor and privilege of riding the same convertible as the one and only Miss Becca Smith for our homecoming royalty parade. It was wonderful. We could throw candy at people. I think that was the only time it's been acceptable for me to throw things at kids. But after graduation, all of that is still up in the air. I think the more, politically correct term is I'm keeping my options open. I know you probably assume that I have my life figured out, but no matter where I go and no matter what I do, I want to continue to pursue my passion of mastering the art of gourmet microwave cooking, and also continuing continuing doing movie reviews for made-for-TV movies on the weekends and during my downtime. But I will let the next person come up because I'm sure you're fed up with my ramblings by now. But thank you all for coming.
Hello, my name is April Christensen, and I'm from Ruskin, Nebraska. My two parents are here today from Ruskin, Bruce and Cheryl Christensen. And I'm a piano performance and biology major. And I actually found a lot of hope in our speaker today. I was introduced to him yesterday, and he actually was a double major for quite a long time at college too. And obviously successful, so there's hope for me. And so my plans after graduation, I'm going to be taking a job at Energy Pioneer Solutions, and I'm lucky enough to get to work with my best friend, Sarah. And I will be the new utility and community outreach coordinator there. My memorable Hastings College moments. One of those was my senior recital, and I do need to give a lot of credit to Ruth Moore, who could not be here today. Sorry, I also cried a lot, so. and one of the things Ruth always had was a box of Kleenex
dances with them, so that's why she's been a very important person for me. But also a lot of the best memories in my college career come from being involved in the Student Environmental Action Coalition. And a lot of that just has really helped me to figure out what I want to do with my career, and has led me to Energy Pioneer Solutions, actually. So it's been a great journey here as a double major, and just a great journey with my friends here at Hastings College. And I'm going to start crying again, so I'm going to sit down.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Smith. I am from Broken Bow, Nebraska. I am an elementary education major. I have with me today my mom and my dad, John and Karen Smith, and my brother Kyle Smith. He came from Colorado Springs, and he graduated from here 2 years ago, so this is kind of old news for him. But as far as my future plans, I am planning on moving to Lincoln this summer. I will start graduate school in August, going into speech-language pathology. So that's about a 3-year program that I have, so I'm not close to done with school yet. And then as far as the most memorable Hastings College moment, besides riding with Adam in a convertible at homecoming, I've been on some awesome J-term trips. My freshman year I went to New York City for a music credit, and then saw a bunch of Broadway shows. And then sophomore year I went to Belize to teach in a preschool for about 2 weeks. And then this year I got to go to Australia, Fiji, and New Zealand with an awesome group. A lot of us are in this room actually. So just my J-term trips and how exciting those were for me, and how much I got to see the world doing those through Hastings College. So that would be it.
Hi, I'm Karen Kubin, and I'm a media productions major, emphasizing in advertising and public relations. And I'm from Hastings, Nebraska, and I have my also lovely parents here too, Doug and Becky Kubin. They've also supported me in everything, and about pretty much everything and everywhere I've ever been, they've gone to. And as Doug would say, thanks for taking me along on your journey. So after everything, it's taking me along on your journey. So all that kind of stuff. And then after graduation, right now I'm planning on staying with the alumni office and interning there for the summer. And then, let's see, most memorable moment at Hastings College, I'd have to go with Adam and say my sophomore year I was in the Miss Bronco competition, and I got to do my future dream job, which was recreate Saturday Night Live skits. And I found someone who looked just like Will Ferrell at the time, so we did the Spartan cheerleaders moves, and it was pretty awesome. Loved every moment of it, and it was just pretty awesome. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Chad Hickerman. I'm from right here in Hastings, actually. Joined with my parents, Marty and Angie back there. Many of the students probably know them because they've been around campus helping out with some stuff. They're pretty awesome. I'm a marketing major, and so this is our little marketing table over here, I guess. And just reiterate what, Nedry mentioned it, and Adam, I won't get all gushy because I'm a guy, so I'll keep it simple with guy terms. Dr. Meyer, you're awesome. We'll leave it at that. It's amazing, Nedry talked about when we went to reminisce on her tab, the stories that we talk about when the students start getting rounds of tequila. So it was a good time. But as far as, well, I guess looking into the future, I'm headed to Broomfield, Colorado, switching spots with Mr. Kaiser. I'm going to go be a marketing analyst on a global strategic investment team at Level 3 Communications. So that's a mouthful, but that's where I'm headed. And favorite moments, I guess 2 quick ones. Number 1 would be just overall the relationships with faculty. They're awesome. As a professor over in the Gray Center, that every week we used to meet over a very important topic, which was fantasy football. And we'd sit down for almost an hour and go through our lineups, talk about who's good, who's not. He's a big Vikings guy, so he's had some interesting times the last couple of years. So that was good. And then I guess as of late, this just popped into my head when Becca was talking about our trip because I also went to Australia and New Zealand and Fiji. I believe, was it the Aborigine? Is that in New Zealand? Or is that Australia? Australia. So we go there and we go to this big feast, and there's people of, I think, 15 or I don't know, a lot of different countries. And then, you know, of course, the Aborigines up front doing very tribal dances, things like that. And they asked if we would have a song to sing to represent us. And we're freaking out, like, what do we sing to a group of Aborigines that are going around here like, we sang Follow Me by Uncle Cracker. And the looks on their faces when they go up there, and it's because a kid named Jason was our tribe, so it's Chief Jason, do you have a song that you'd like to share? We all look at each other and very hesitantly start, follow me and everything is alright. So that was an interesting moment, picking a song to represent us in Australia. So that's all for me.
I'm Jenny Sherrick, and I'm from Hastings, and I'm a biopsychology and religion double major with chemistry minor. My guests are my parents, Jim and Deb Sherrick, and my grandmother, Claire Sherrick, and my adopted parents, Marty and Angie Pinkerman. And my memorable Hastings College moment is kind of a longer one. I was the captain of the dance team for 3 years while I was here, and as captain of the dance team, you get asked to do some very interesting things sometimes. And this year, for the past 2 years, I got asked to make up a skit for the Beta Chi fraternity for skit night. And teaching a group of 30 boys how to dance is not as easy as you would imagine. And so we tried to teach them, and they insisted that they must win. That is another thing that you need to know. So we ended up teaching them a dance. I don't even remember what the themes were anymore. Oh, last year was 50s. How do you teach boys how to dance from the 50s? Seriously? Terrible. So they kind of considered me their own, I guess, and so this year I got asked to come to their induction ceremony, and I was like, I'm not a dude. Why do you want me to go to this? And they're like, oh, we just thought that you would come. And I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't end up getting to go, but apparently I am now male, so sorry, Mom and Dad. But it was a good time, and they did end up winning at least one of those years, so I guess it was successful. I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm going to UNMC for med school in the fall. As a girl.
I'm Nathan Mertens. I'm from Waverly, Nebraska. I'm a double major in saxophone performance and woodwind pedagogy. And today I'm joined by, I have a whole fan table. I have my parents, Tammy and Dave Moore. I have my girlfriend Lizzie and her mom Mary Powers. And then I have my saxophone professor, Dr. Deborah Rhodes. Next year I'll be attending the University of Texas in Austin and getting my master's in saxophone performance under the world-renowned classical saxophonist Harvey Patel. And my most memorable Hastings College moment was when I was a junior. The orchestra in town, they hold a young artist competition, and I won that competition. And about a week later, I get a call from Dr. Rhodes, and she says, we have a slight problem. There are no orchestra parts for your concerto, so you'll not be performing with the orchestra. And so I was like, oh, well, that sucks. And in typical Hastings College fashion, everything kind of worked out, and they actually invited the composer who's living. Many of you have seen Toy Story. He wrote all the music for that. They invited him in, and he actually was the guest conductor when he revised it, and so I gave the world premiere with the orchestra in Hastings, and then that turned out to be a lifelong friend that ended up being one of my influences to get me into graduate school. So, thank you.
Hello, I'm Jen Gold. I'm from Denver, Colorado,
And coming out to Hastings, little town of Hastings, has been just amazing. I think the most interesting thing is I've never seen an all-black squirrel until I came here. That was very neat. That was awesome. It's been great watching the black and brown squirrels interact. Really great. I am a recreation management major, which explains why I love the outdoors. And I can thank April Christensen for opening my eyes to environmental possibilities beyond college, so thank you for that. Like April, I tend to cry, so. Okay. My guest is my father, Bill Gold, white hair over there. Sorry, Dad, it's easy giveaway, so. He's really great. Moments. Mallory took my camp on campus moment, which was great, waking up in front of Hurley Mac. No shoes, but that's all right. And my other moment would have to be going to Sioux City with the media crew. We got to cover the women's basketball tournament, and I got to announce, do play-by-play commentating for the basketball games, which is a great experience. After college, if all goes well, I get to use my degree when I live in a treehouse in the forests of Oregon.
Hi, my name is Ignatius Iwo. I'm from Ghana, West Africa. Long ways. When I hear people from California talking about they have no knowledge about Nebraska and stuff, I was just laughing. Anyway, my brother and my mom are in Reno, Nevada. They couldn't be here today. They'll be here next week. So Vicky Valentine has been like my American mom and their family. And I have MJ. And most of my friends in this school are the faculty and staff, which is amazing. But I don't know why. But most of them are really my close friends. So my major is sports management and recreation, and I'm in coaching soccer. So after this summer, I'm planning to work with the maintenance department, which is great. And then next fall, probably get my master's in sports administration at UNK or UNO. So basically, I think my favorite moment here was the first day when I sang the US anthem. It was funny because I work at the concession stands, and then I heard somebody singing the anthem. I knew the tune, but I didn't know the words, and it didn't go well, but I'm like... So I just said to myself, I think I can sing this anthem. So I told my supervisor that, hey, I think I can sing this anthem, and he's like, you? I said, yeah. He said, okay, go talk to the athletic director. So I went over, I told Frank, he said, go talk to my secretary. I told the secretary, he says, oh, we have soccer game tomorrow. Go talk to the soccer coach. So I went over and I said, hey coach, I heard you have a game. I want to sing the anthem. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. So he said, okay, go give it a try. So I just went, give it a try. And since then I've been singing, and I really love it. Anytime I sing, I have all the chills. I feel like crying. I really love it, and I really love it here. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Ruth Swift. I'm from Olathe, Kansas, and I'm a math major. I'm going to Yale Law School next fall, and I'm just really excited to take all of everything I've learned here with my liberal arts education and apply it to make change in the world. My parents weren't able to make it, but Dr. Cook is here to be my stand-in parental figure. And as I've had a long time to think about what my favorite memory was, or most memorable, but I think that what I will take away from this place isn't so much memories of events, but my fond memories of many people here. Some lifelong friends among my peers, among the faculty, and also the staff. This place is like a family to me, and I'm really glad I've been able to have this experience.
Hello, my name is Bailey Eldridge, and I think I'm rounding out the student presentations. I am from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and so my parents cannot be here today because they're going for graduation. But they did invite Dwayne and Gloria Mills, who I have met in my time here at Hastings, and they've kind of become definitely my grandparents and definitely very instrumental in what I've done here. And my mom was very sneaky. It sounds like she's spoken with a lot of people in this room about how to get them here and have me not find out, and then just send me flowers. So, so let's see. My major is psychology, and I have a minor in religion and gender studies. And after graduation, I'm doing exactly what I wanted to do when I got here 4 years ago. I'm going to graduate school to get my master's in social work, and I have a job as a behavior management and family support specialist. So that was good. Let's see. My most memorable Hastings College moment, like some people here, I'm from far away, so I definitely have a long story as to why I got here, but I won't share that today. But I also hadn't really had a whole lot of experience with snow, even with the mountains, and never, ever, ever, ever thought that I would ever leave or come to Nebraska. And my has to be most memorable moment is that when I was a freshman, I sent my transcript to UNM and considered transferring. Since I've been here in the 4 years, probably 6 times. I considered transferring, not because of the school, just because I am such a homebody. And I found all these faculty and staff that I had met in my time at college. And about March of my freshman year, I went to a bunch of them and I said, I'm not going to do this. I miss my family too much. I think I'm going to leave. And out of every single one of them, some of them are in this room now, they all said, are you really sure that you want to do that? Even one of the professors agreed to let me do online classes for an entire semester until I decided that I would actually be able to stay. Everyone was willing to work with me. They're like, no, we really want you to stay. And that was the best decision I have ever made, was to stay here at Hastings. What I've done at this school, what I've done in this community has been really important to me. And I really couldn't have made a better decision, and I really did not do it alone at all. From people recruiting me, definitely kudos to anybody who recruited me at any point. Even having students call, I mean, that was so exciting when you're in high school to have some college student call you and tell you how great it is and how much they want you to come. And when I got here, I saw that they really meant it. And even though I have missed my family so much, I'm realizing now that I am really going to miss this place when I leave in a week. And so there's a lot of people that I'm trying to thank, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I'm trying, but there's definitely a lot of people in this room who they all told me, you know, I really don't think you should go, and we will do anything in the world to keep you here. And I said, all right, I guess I'll do it. And I am super happy that I did that, and I will never forget what I've done out here and what I've learned, and I hope to take it in everything that I do.
Wow, what an amazing group of students. You are smart, you are articulate, funny, and Jake just a little inappropriate. So, the Who's Who and Bronco Awards, they're important traditions at our college, and you have joined an elite group of students that we are so proud of. On behalf of the college, we thank you for every saxophone recital, we thank you for every recycling container, convertible ride, foam test, and even bicycle crash that you have left Hastings College better than you found it. So thank you. And now to continue a long-standing tradition, we'll close with a quotation from Kurt Vonnegut. And I urge you to please notice when you are happy, when you exclaim or murmur or think at some point, if this isn't nice, I don't know what is. Congratulations.